for the delay. Appreciate you guys coming today. Just a couple comments about the game. Best thing about it, we came out healthy. No major injuries. And it's really the story of the spring. We only had one guy, Trevor Morris, that dislocated an elbow and missed significant time. Really not a lot of time here at the end of spring practice. So came out pretty healthy. We'll watch the film from today and evaluate it, see what the goods and the bads were. Obviously, it was a different format with the game. We started down in the red zone. Disappointing we didn't get more touchdowns offensively down there, but good job on the defense. Anytime you go ones-on-ones like we did today, there's going to be a winner and a loser, and our defense did a good job down there. In the game, you can see we focused on the pass game a lot today. We needed to get some work with the quarterbacks, and you saw Arthur and Bo Melton connect for some big plays, and both those guys have some big play ability. But we made a lot of progress here in the spring. Got a long way to go, but I like the progress that we've made and the way this team's come together. And again, we'll evaluate the film and move forward and continue to work here through the summers and get to the training camp. So with that, I'll go ahead and open up for any questions.
Should we read anything into Gio and Art being the guys working with the first team?
No, that was just kind of the rotation. We've kind of had a rotation of who was with the ones the whole spring, and the way it fell on practice 15, that's the way it worked out. So, no, there's nothing into it. Like I mentioned before, this quarterback thing will go into training camp. Hopefully, we can get it decided maybe within the first couple of weeks of training camp, but probably more realistically, the third week of training camp.
You have a pecking order right now? Is it Gio ahead of Art, or is it
No, it's three guys that are competing, with the ones between Gio, Art, and Jonathan Lewis. All three of those guys have gotten the reps, the majority of the reps with the ones here this spring.
How do you think Art did in his first, in front of a crowd, the environment? How do you think he did?
Goods and bads. Obviously made some big plays, had some big throws. I think you can see the type of arm he has, but he also made some mistakes. Had 2 picks, threw a pick on a screen, then made an ill-advised pass on a third down. We got a pick. Had some clock issues. His first time really, not the first time, but in the stadium with people out there worrying about the clock and managing the offense. We would have had a couple penalties with the clock out there with him today, but it's a kid that should have been in high school. We put a brand new NFL-style offense in with him in 15 practices. I thought he did a good job with that, but he made some mistakes, and we got to get those cleaned up. But overall, just the quarterback group itself, I think, is way ahead of where we've been the last couple of years.
Chris, it looked like he just made a few throws that you guys couldn't make last year. The year before that, is that accurate?
Yeah, I would say a couple of those big throws we protected well, and that's been an issue before in the past game that we've talked about. And the fact that Bo Melton could get behind the coverage, we have not been able to do that. So, all three of those things together, protection, someone getting deep behind the coverage, and then the ability to make those types of throws. We have not had all three of those things working together very much here the last couple of years.
What did you see defensively?
With our ones, I'm really pleased with where our one defense is. You look at that scoreboard, it says whatever it was, 132, 132. But there weren't a lot of points. I don't think that our one defense gave up. I thought we flew around to the ball well. We rushed the passer well. We challenged throws a lot. Got our hands on some balls. Our biggest concern on defense right now is the depth in our D-line. I really like our front line. Guys up there. I like our linebackers, our secondary, but we need to develop some depth up front. Right now we're loaded up at linebacker. We got to find a way to get some more guys on the field with some different packages, and we're doing that. But I thought overall the one defense played pretty solid.
What do you think Bo can give your offense if he can continue to stretch the field like that, get behind defensive backs?
Hopefully he can give what he did today. Get behind some guys, and we can connect on some deep balls, and if you have some more explosive plays. We talk about it in here a lot with our team. Basketball teams, Villanova wins the national championship. Why? Well, they hit a lot of threes, big plays. And offensively, if we're going to go out and perform the way we want and help our football team change the results, we got to get more explosive plays. I'm hoping Bo Melton can do that for us. And then eventually what that'll do is hopefully loosen some defenses up so where we can run the ball better.
You said at the beginning of spring camp that a bowl was the goal. Is that after 15 practices, you think that's realistic?
Yeah, well, we got a lot of work to do. That's the goal. We got a lot of work to do. I can't sit here and say anything is realistic after 15 practices in the spring, other than the fact we got better. And that was the #1 objective here at the end of spring. you know, we'd like to go to a bowl at the end of the season, absolutely. We're not focused on that right now. We're focused on just getting our team, you know, closer together, building on our chemistry, building on our toughness, making them better football players so we can execute our schemes better, and showing up every single day to try to work hard to be the best we can be. And that's what we wanted to do this spring. I can sit here and say after 15 practices, we did get better, and a lot of those things that I wanted have happened. Now we got to carry that into summer and training camp, and we got to stay healthy.
Chris, is Art further along than most true freshmen are at this point?
You know, to be honest with you, he's the only, I think, if I can remember correctly, the only freshman quarterback I've been around that's been a mid-year enrollee. So to answer that question, I'd say yes, you know, because all the ones I've been around have been, you know, in high school at this point. He's intelligent. He's got a lot of tools. He studies and works extremely hard. He's got great leadership. And you know, he's done a really good job in the couple months he's been here. But you know, like I said already, he made some mistakes out there today that would have cost us the football game if he would have been in the game. And you know, he's got to learn to eliminate those things. But to go out there and run an offense like we're running right now and do it in such short time, he's done a great job.
Take two more questions.
You mentioned the running game, and we were disappointed. I think you guys averaged under 3 yards a carry.
No, the focus wasn't the running game today. We wanted to focus on the pass game. And I haven't looked at the stats, but you know, really we wanted to go into about 1 out of every 3 plays. We wanted out of every 3 or 4 plays we wanted to run it. We wanted to throw it that much. We just needed to work. We needed to work with protection. We want to, you know, improve on the things that we weren't so good at last year. We need to protect, and we need to work on that today. We need to throw and catch the ball and work on that today. And that's what you saw.
Chris, I know it was only passed yesterday, but the new kickoff rule changes. Have you given thought to how you're gonna approach it?
Yeah, I have, because I heard that was potentially going to happen. I'll be the first to say I don't agree with the rule. You know, I coach the kickoff coverage team, and I think it's a great play. It's an exciting play, and it's one our team really you know, buys into and has a lot of fun with. I think there were some other you know, rule changes they could have maybe looked at to decrease the number of kickoff returns that are running the game. But you know, right now to say, hey, this is going to be our game plan, you know, I don't know that yet. But I've put a lot of thought into it, and talking to some other coaches to kind of see what their thoughts are.
Chris, just bad tackling on that last play, that longest touchdown. Just couldn't get it
well, actually, it was probably just some really good moves, you know, by the ball carrier. He had some nifty feet, you know, made some guys miss, and then he had some breakaway speed there at the end, you know, to get in the end zone.
Try to fix that on film, I guess. Fix that.
You know, I don't think we can coach that one. That's just playmaking ability, you know. And I know we like to think we can coach everything, but that's something you recruited. So.
Thanks.
Is he the one guy who's starting next year?
You know what? We don't know. We don't know yet. I know we got to get him the ball. So, but appreciate you guys. Thank you for showing up today. Take care.
Thanks,
Chris.